imagine sitting at a warm family dinner table. The smell of homemade food fills the air. Laughter echoes around the room. Everything feels normal, until your sister walks in with someone new. It was supposed to be just another Friday night family gathering. Mom had cooked her famous biryani, Dad was telling his old jokes, and I was helping set the table like always. My name is Sarah, 28 years old, the responsible older sister who always kept the peace in our tight-knit family. My younger sister, Aisha, 24, had been dating someone secretly for months. She was glowing with excitement as she texted us earlier that day, "I'm bringing someone special tonight. Be nice." We were all curious. Aisha had terrible taste in men in the past, so we hoped this time would be different. The doorbell rang at 7:30 p.m. sharp. Aisha walked in first, smiling from ear to ear, holding the hand of a tall, well-dressed man in his late 20s. He had sharp features, confident eyes, and a warm smile that seemed practiced. "Everyone, this is my boyfriend, Ahmed," Aisha announced proudly. The moment his name left her lips, something shifted in the room. Mom's smile froze. Dad's laugh died in his throat. My younger brother, Bilal, nearly dropped the glass he was holding. Even our aunt and uncle, who were visiting, exchanged quick, uneasy glances. They all kept staring. Not in a welcoming way. Not in a curious way. It was the kind of stare that carried heavy, unspoken history. Ahmed didn't seem to notice at first. He greeted everyone politely, shook hands, and sat down at the table as if nothing was wrong. But the air had become thick. The usual lively chatter disappeared. Forks moved slowly. Conversations felt forced. I leaned over to my mom and whispered, "What's going on?" She just shook her head slightly and forced a smile. "Nothing, Beta. Just surprised, that's all." But I knew my family too well. This wasn't surprise. This was recognition. And it was filled with dread. What secret were they all hiding about my sister's new boyfriend? As dinner continued, the awkwardness only grew stronger. Ahmed tried his best to make conversation. He complimented Mom's cooking, asked Dad about his work, even cracked a light joke. But every response was short. Clipped. Uncomfortable. Aisha noticed it too. Her excited smile started to fade. She kept looking around the table, confused. "Why is everyone so quiet?" she asked with a nervous laugh. "You guys are acting so weird." No one answered directly. Instead, Dad cleared his throat and changed the subject to the weather. I watched Ahmed carefully. He seemed charming on the surface, polite, well-spoken, successful in his job as a marketing executive. But there was something familiar about his face that I couldn't quite place. Then it hit me. I had seen him before. Not in person, but in old family photos. Years ago. My heart started racing. I excused myself to the kitchen, pretending to get more water. My hands were shaking as I pulled out my phone and quickly searched through old messages and photos. And then I found it. A group photo from 5 years ago at a family wedding. There he was, standing in the background, smiling. But back then, he wasn't Ahmed. He was with someone else. Someone from our extended family. The pieces started falling into place, and a cold wave of betrayal washed over me. I returned to the table, trying to keep my face calm. But inside, anger was building. How could my sister not know? Or did she? The dinner that was supposed to be joyful was quickly turning into a nightmare of hidden truths and unspoken secrets. Little did Aisha know that her perfect new boyfriend carried a past that could tear our family apart. After dessert, the real conversation could no longer be avoided. We moved to the living room for tea. Ahmed sat next to Aisha, holding her hand. That's when Mom finally spoke, her voice trembling. "Ahmed, we need to talk." The room went dead silent again. Ahmed's confident smile slowly disappeared. He looked at Mom with a mix of surprise and guilt. "You know who I am, don't you?" he asked quietly. Dad nodded slowly. "We do." Aisha's eyes widened. "What are you all talking about? Someone please explain." What came next shattered the evening completely. 5 years ago, Ahmed had been in a serious relationship with our cousin, Fatima. He had promised her marriage, borrowed a large sum of money from her family for a business venture, and then suddenly disappeared, leaving her heartbroken, financially ruined, and emotionally destroyed. He changed his name slightly, moved to another city, and started a new life. And now, by pure coincidence, or fate, he had fallen in love with Aisha, completely unaware she was from the same family he had betrayed. Or was he really unaware? The accusations started flying. Voices rose. Tears flowed. Aisha sat there in complete shock, her world crumbling in front of her. "How could you?" she whispered to Ahmed, her voice breaking. Ahmed tried to explain, to apologize, saying he had changed and that his feelings for Aisha were real. But the damage was done. The family felt betrayed all over again. And I felt something else rising inside me. Not just anger. A strong desire for justice. That night, after Ahmed left, our family stayed up talking until 3 a.m. Aisha was devastated. She felt humiliated and foolish. But instead of letting her break down completely, I pulled her aside. "We are not going to let him get away with this again," I told her firmly. Together with our parents and brother, we made a plan. Not violent. Not destructive. But smart. Calculated. And perfectly legal. We decided to expose the truth, not just to Aisha, but in a way that would protect other women from falling into the same trap. I started gathering evidence quietly: old messages, bank transfer records from Fatima's family, witness statements. The revenge wasn't about hurting him physically. It was about making sure the truth came out in the open. And making sure he could never do this to anyone else again. 2 weeks later, we invited Ahmed for another family dinner. This time, we were prepared. Fatima was also there, quietly sitting in the corner. When Ahmed walked in and saw her, his face went pale. The confrontation was calm but devastating. We laid out all the evidence on the table. Ahmed sat speechless as one by one, the family members spoke about the pain he had caused. Aisha looked him straight in the eyes and said the words that broke him. "I loved you. But you never deserved any of us." Ahmed tried to apologize, promised to return the money, begged for forgiveness. But it was too late. We didn't destroy his life. We simply made sure the truth was known in our community and among his professional circle. He lost several important relationships and opportunities. Aisha walked away stronger, with her dignity intact. And our family grew even closer after facing the betrayal together. In the end, justice wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet, powerful, and final. Betrayal from someone close hurts deeply. But the real strength lies in how we respond. Instead of letting anger consume us, we chose truth and protection. Sometimes the best revenge is simply exposing the truth and moving forward with your head held high. What would you do if you discovered your sister's boyfriend had a hidden past with your own family? Let me know in the comments below.